6 goals to Hawthorn in the last quarter. Ayres. Well, it's a celebration now. Gowers. Dunstall goes. Waters.
Lamb about to come on for West Coast.
Matera gets a bad bounce. Pritchard. Hudson. Matera over the top of Hudson. Play on call. Hawthorn charging away to their 9th premiership. All since 61, and 8 of them now since 71. They were the most successful club in the 80s, and equal with Carlton in the 70s. Deer. Platten off the ground. McIntosh, quick kick. Jenke, like a racehorse, takes off, charges towards goal, kicks it long, hits the post. Don, they're really enjoying it now. The pressure's off. It's been released, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, they're just doing as they want, aren't they? It's just a matter of time. What is going off for West Coast? Lamb about to come on. He's gone on and off the bench today, Scott Waters. So has Dwayne Lamb, for that fact.
Lockyear's kicked the centre wing. Turley up early. Missed by Matera. Taken by Deer. The handball misses the body. One of the very few mistakes he's made. McKenna to Mainwaring. A bounce. And a second one. And now Matera mops up.
This is Pike alongside the centre circle towards centre half forward and Sumich. Langford gets a fist on it. Ayres again. Impenetrable. He goes towards the outer side. Gowers takes the mark out there. Andrew Gowers putting in place late in the season. And now part of a premiership side. Centres it to Mew. He's been along this road a few times before. Chris Mew. Long kick. Platten over the top, waiting behind Dunstall. And he's taken the mark. It was untouched. Big leap from Platten. Didn't reach the ball. Now Dunstall will kick from about 45 metres out.
What's this in replay? Platten flies. Did he interfere with the West Coast player? I think so.
Dunstall kicking at his 5th. Looks good. Another one. 5 goals to Jason Dunstall. Smiles all round. And that's correct. 1991 is the year of the Hawk.
Well, he's kicked 5 goals 4 times this year. Here he is. He kicked 9 in round 5 against Footscray. And also 9 against Sydney Swans in round 2. That was before his injury.
132 to 79. The Hawks were 7 goals in the last quarter. Geelong holds the record with 8 goals, 5 in the last quarter of a grand final. That is under threat now. There's not much else under threat except the scoreboard with Hawthorn attacking. Lamb to Pike. Wide to Wilson at centre wing. Short left footer, not going very far. Lawrence able to cut it off in front of Worsfold.
He's come into the game since half-time.
Big opening in the 3rd quarter. Impressive statistics from the Knock Ruckman, 15 kicks. Waits his time, looks for Paul Deer, who's been a giant today. Anderson back to Deer. Round his body with a high one. Hudson's there with Collins. Gee, no competition. Hudson caught, brought to ground by Irving. Waterman's quick kick to Matera. An element of luck there as Irving and also Hudson behind play and Platten. Matera's kick not very good, but falls into the arms of Heady. Sumich provides a lead. So does Worsfold. Kicks it to Worsfold at half forward.
Scott Waters about to come on again.
Well, how could you be settled playing a game like that? Heady to Sumich, good kick, should mark. Misses. Langford mops up. Symbolic of what's happened in this game. To Anderson. To Brereton. Exhibition here. Sells a dummy. The kid with a left footer. Condon.
Wilson coming off for West Coast, and Waters will go to the half-forward flank. Ayres picking him up.
Anthony Condon torpedo punt. Kicked it a long way from behind. So 1-2 for Condon. And Hawthorn with all the answers.
It's becoming very clinical now as Lockyer kicks in towards the outer side. It pitches in front of Gowers and runs out of bounds. So the margin 54 points. Hawthorn's biggest winning margin in a grand final, 96 points in 1988. Their smallest, 7 points in 1971. Hawthorn so good out of the centre square this afternoon. Boundary throw in. Celebrations well and truly on in the outer now. Kemp comes away from half-back towards the wing. Lawrence touches it and it goes out of bounds. Alan Joyce. The pressure's gone, well, almost. Final minutes of the season. 7 remain in this game. Lawrence wins it down. Gowers to Allen. He goes off the ground. Down towards the attacking 50. Quick hands from Platten. Sends Condon into space. Hard against the boundary line. Kicks to the pocket. McIntosh and Brereton. It's taken away by McKenna, who's played so well. This is Kemp. Untidy looking kick, but effective. And Hart's got it.
Into the centre square. Heady and Jenke. Jenke thumps it away. Lawrence. Oh, gee, with the elbow.
Oh, excuse me. Well, at least the umpires are consistent. He was reported on that occasion.
To be honest, Don, it wasn't so much malicious, but just
well, it was there. It was similar. It was similar to the one that got Hinckley reported the other week.
Oh, sure. I mean, he's elbowed him in the face. But
and, at least they're consistent, the umpires.
Matera with a free kick. Lawrence with his number taken.
It's amazing you used to be able to do those years ago, Dennis, and get away with it.
I'll take your word for it, Don.
Matera's kick. Lawrence thumps it away. Worsfold sits and waits. Then untidily out towards Waterman and puts him under pressure. Able to break the Ayres tackle. Bangs it down to Langford and Sumic. Sumic gets rid of Langford cleverly.
Just pushed him under the ball at the critical moment, Peter Sumic.
A la Paul Deere. He's done that so often today. Sumic, who started in a blaze of glory with those 2 goals early on after 50-metre penalties against Langford. Had 4 goals early in the match. And lining up for a 5th. From 45 metres out, straight in front, into the breeze. Drop punt. And looks to kick the goal. And has. 5 goals for Sumic, so he's done his job. He and Heady have got 9 between them. But West Coast just with 13. 13-7 to 19-19.
They're very predictable, aren't they, in their forward line setup. They haven't got too many variations. It's either Heady, and he's come to the fore, or it's Sumic, and he's also done well. They're just kicking his 5th goal. Tried hard all day, Peter Sumic.
19-19 to 13-7. Irving gets it down. This is Pike towards half-forward. Good-looking kick. They'll contest about 30 metres out. Morrissey knocks it away. Ayres cleverly. Langford claimed by Sumic. It comes back to Ayres. Puts it out wide. Gowers and Mainwaring. Gowers pushes it across the boundary line. That's been an interesting duel. Gowers 23 possessions. Mainwaring 19 possessions.
Incidentally, that was Peter Sumic's 111th goal for the season. His first year he kicked 45 goals. That was in 1989. Last year 90, and now 111. Good effort.
McKenna again to Worsfold, back on the ground. Kicks inside the attacking 50. Sumic left it behind. Langford, down he goes. Allen, Pritchard is battling in there too. And there'll be a ball up. So a bounce about 50 metres out from the Eagles' attacking goal. Pritchard up very slowly. He's taken the honours from Peter Matera this afternoon. Sumic intended for Heady but wide of the mark. Gowers to Allen, who scrambles it out wide where Waters leads in the race.
Collins with him. Waters in the pocket. Goes back to Lamb. Round his body. Tuck. Bangs it back. It's going to break all the records today, Tucky. To Brereton. To Mew. some of the most famous names in this famous club, to Dunstall.
See, the advantage of playing in front, you saw that with Burton. When there's a missed kick, you're always going to take advantage. He's just putting his body between his opponent and the ball, which is coming down the ground. It wasn't a good kick by Tuck, but he was in front, took the tumbling mark, and now it's finished up with Dunstall. Not pretty football, but very, very effective football.
On the 50-metre line, he'll kick it from just outside. Dunstall leans back, kicks it straight through. 6 goals for Dunstall.
There he is, tumbling down. Right through went his 6th goal.
2019 plays 13-7. Irving wins it down, taken by Turley. Michael Tuck's in there, standing over Turley. Quite a contrast in experience. Michael Tuck, 426 games. That's a lot of liniment. Bounce alongside the centre circle. Irving to Pike. Hurried kick towards half forward. Ayres superbly done once more. Oh, brilliant stuff. Ayres goes off the ground, but only as far as Matera. Feigns a hand pass. Gets by the tiring Ayres. Runs to 40. Goes goalward. Looks good. No, he's missed. Not by much. Wrong side of the post. And the Eagles, the wrong side of the result.
His 3rd point, Peter Matera.
James Morrissey wide. Pritchard the target. Matera comes in. Pritchard around him with a bounce. Up to centre wing. Brereton. What a great comeback it's been from that knee injury, which kept him out of the game against Geelong. Deer. Kemp. Lamb. Brennan to Hart. Short to McIntosh. Waterman crisscrossing here to Matera. Waters very short. Heady the target. Jenke will sit and wait and go now, and does. Ayres with him. Waters. Heady to ground. Turley. Some tired legs there. Remembering West Coast playing in their 4th final here in 27 days.
It's an interesting matchup now, Turley and Tuck, because that's exactly how they started the game. Turley has gone in other positions to try and plug holes, and now they've finished up with one another again.
Lamb gets a fist on it, sends it straight back out of bounds. Well, the West Coast Eagles, the season's top qualifiers, will finish the season 21-5. That's not good enough. Alan Joyce is coming down from his coaching box now. This game is in the bank. And yet another premiership goes to Glenferrie as Condon kicks it around the outer side. Leading back in the race is Lockyer. Coming to meet him is Platten. Intended for Hudson. Mainwaring battling with Hudson. It spills out of bounds.
Platten try a deft deflection on that occasion, Dennis?
No, he's too tired for that, I think, Don. Deft coaching performance by Alan Joyce. 2 out of 2. He's only lost 9 games as the senior coach at Hawthorn. Ayres, terrific. Still he goes. And Waters towards the boundary line.
Matera to Mainwaring. Last right's being played here inside the final minute. Mew sets himself Worsfold. Morrissey. One of the very best for Hawthorn today. Gets rid of Lewis. Kicks it to Collins, who had to warm the bench for so long. Must have been chafing at the bit to get out there. And when he did, he took a big mark and set up a big goal. That one missed by Anderson. Worsfold. Can West Coast kick the last goal in the last 10 seconds? It's doubtful because Morrissey's onto it. 5 seconds remaining. And look at this, a panic for Gowers if it sits. Taps it over to Allen as the siren goes now and the Hawks win.
Great to see Dermot Brereton talking with Ashley McIntosh, no doubt realising what a fine young player he's going to be. But the spoils with the Hawks. Down last season, disappointing season. This man installed as coach his 2nd time around, previously as a caretaker, and they've won a resounding victory, one of their finest. Let's go down to Peter McKenna now.
Gary, it must be fantastic. You've been through it many times before. Just as good?
Oh, it's been better, mate. It was even better. They got themselves halfway through the year, and we certainly showed them today, mate. It's not bad for a bunch of old hacks.
The young players too, weren't they fantastic?
Yeah, Stevie Lawrence, Ben Allen, Anthony Condon, Andy Gowes, all the guys showed a lot of courage today.
Gary, Paul Deer's performance.
Oh, superb, mate. Absolutely fantastic.
Congratulations again. A great game yourself. Tremendous.
Well, they call him Conan the Barbarian. He's been in 5 premierships now, Gary Ayres. Hawthorn winning 13 out of their last 14. Look at Joyce and Ayres together. After 12 rounds, they were 6th and 7th place.